Hello and welcome to today's video. This time we've got a special one-off where we're looking at Corgi 267, the Batmobile, but this one in particular is the Corgi Model Club exclusive club edition, which is in matte black. It also comes with a few other bits and pieces, which we're going to be taking a look at today. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay then, so this is what comes with the Corgi Model Club, the matte black Corgi Model Club exclusive edition. So we've got this, obviously we've got the model, which we'll have a look at in a minute, the certificate, there is a, looks like a reproduction advert, and we've also got the Corgi Model Club catalogue as well. So we'll have a look, before we go into the actual diecast, we'll have a look at the other bits and pieces. So first of all, this is the first time they've done this. This is about the same size as a postcard. Really, really nice. It looks like a replica of one of the adverts for the Batmobile. There's also mentioned down there the James Bond Aston Martin, the Saints Volvo, the Man from Uncle Thrushbuster, and the Avengers Bentley and Lotus. All great, great cars. And well, obviously the club has done the Aston Martin and the Saints Volvo. How far away is the Thrushbuster? Well, it's not been announced for 2025, but you never know. And here we are. So look, that's actually explained it. So let's have a little read. The Corgi Model Club, Corgi 267 Batmobile in matte black. Corgi exclusive Corgi Model Club members only edition. So the story behind the matte colour is that in 1966, when rushing to get the Batmobile issued in time for Christmas, the Corgi design team had not been given the chance to examine the actual car. Working purely from black and white photographs, they made the assumption that the car had a non-gloss finish. It was only when Corgi executives saw the actual Batmobile some months later, they realised their mistake, and the factory was quickly instructed to make the change to gloss black. The matte version was therefore only produced for a few short months, making it rare and extremely collectible. So it says the image on the front of this postcard depicts the Batmobile advertisement that Corgi placed in the November 19th, 2066 edition of TV Century 21, the comic always carrying a cover date 100 years into the future. Page 8 of TV Century 21 frequently featured a Corgi Toys advertisement, which makes for fascinating reading for Corgi collectors today. It does indeed, and I have been doing a little archive of those myself, because those adverts are actually fantastic. And you often see copies of the comics cut out and the adverts sold individually on places like eBay. Now, the fantastic features that replicate those on the original 1966 Batmobile. Triple rocket tubes and 12 miniature missiles, pop-out chain slasher blade, pulsing turbolight exhaust, gold wheels with red bat symbols, embossed Batman figure on base, illustrated box with display plinth, Batmobile owner sticker and instruction sheet, and Batman and Robin figures. There we are. It really was feature-packed, wasn't it? Very, very cool. I really like that. I mean, that is fantastic. A nice addition, that, and the first time they've done that, making this one feel a little bit special. Then we've got the regular certificate of authenticity. Now, I noticed that the number in 5,723 is far higher than the regular sort of certificate numbers that I seem to be getting, which are usually in the 3,000 to 4,000. So evidently, I would imagine they've sold a few more of this one. And let's have a little look. So this is probably going to replicate a little bit of what we've just read, but it says for the first months of production, Corgi's iconic Batmobile was painted in matte black. It wasn't until Corgi bosses saw the glossier TV Batmobile when it toured the UK at the end of 1966 that they realised their mistake. Subsequent Corgi Batmobiles were given a gloss black finish, making the matte models, which in reality were more of a satin finish, highly sought after by Corgi collectors. Based on a Lincoln Futura concept car, the Batmobile was created for the Batman TV show by custom car builder George Barris. Suitably inspired, Corgi gave their diecast Batmobile a triple rocket launcher, armed with plastic missiles, a front-mounted pop-out chain cutter, and a pulsing turbo exhaust flame. Although it went on to appear in several later versions, the original 66 to 67 Corgi Batmobiles are the most coveted by collectors. Absolutely fantastic. Now, we've got the Corgi Model Club catalogue, which is features the Batmobile on the front there, and we'll have a look at that one at the end. Look at that. That looks fantastic. So we'll have a look at that one in a moment. But let us get into the actual Batmobile. So the packaging, I believe, is exactly the same as the glossy one that we had a few months back. And they really are fantastic display pieces. I think I love any Corgi toy which comes with a plinth. They just seem to be my absolute favourites. It just adds that extra dimension to them. Very, very nice. Just knock out these, aren't they? They are knockout. And there we are. So bend these back a little bit. And look at that. Yeah, the matte finish is really noticeable, actually. So let's take him off there. That is quite unusual, and yeah, like I say, mega rare. So I would imagine we'll look at the car again in a moment. That all the bits and pieces in this one, you can see them underneath, is exactly the same as the regular glossy Batmobile. Now I did review the glossy Batmobile the day it came out, pretty much, on the channel. And if you want to have a look at that one, obviously, please do. What I decided to do, a little bit more unusually, I actually have the previous Corgi glossy Batmobile with me. It's not an original. This is the Corgi Model Club, the earlier version from a few months back. And we'll compare them side by side in a minute. But yeah, I can't quite get over the matte black. I think it actually looks pretty nice. I don't mind the matte black colouring on it, although I've got to admit, this is the first time I think I've seen one in the flesh. I know this is just the reissue, but at the same time, I don't remember seeing a matte black one even at the shows. Now the figures are the same. They do come out. And of course, you'd put the missiles in the tubes there on the back, and then you'd roll it like that, and they would fire out. Oh, it is just iconic, isn't it? It really, really is iconic. See, my aerial's got a little bit of a bend on it. But I don't mind that too much. And then the packaging, obviously, is superb. I must admit, I meant to show this on the first video, was the bottom. Now, there is a few dedicated, if you can believe it, websites just dedicated to the Batmobile. And I didn't realise that there are variations. So this one's got the Batman logo with an exclamation mark. It says Batmobile. Other ones do not. I'm just having a look on the original one here. Oh, that did have the same base. But there are versions with different sort of copyrights and things on. Yeah, excellent box art on these. It's almost like straight from the comic books, isn't it? Really, really superb. There we go. We've got some info on the Batmobile on the back there, just like the original one had. It's in 3 languages. It looks like English, French, and German by the look of it. There we are. That's how it's going to go. Absolutely. I don't know. I think I actually prefer the matte version to the glossy version. If we have them side by side, you know, I really like it. The glossy one's great. Yeah, my aerial definitely seems to be a little bit bent, but I'm sure I could bend it back out straight if I wanted to. But apart from that, the two models are pretty much identical. Very, very cool. Now, the Corgi Model Club do, of course, have the Bat boat coming later this year, which I'm very, very pleased to hear. So they'll be a perfect pairing, basically, the Batmobile and the Bat boat. Let's put that over there. Yes, lovely, absolutely lovely. I think we will just have a little look at the bits inside, just to be complete, because you may not have seen the original video. Let's see how easy these are to get out. Sometimes with these I use a little screwdriver, and I can just sort of get underneath like that, you see, and then just a little pocket screwdriver, and then that makes these things easier to get into, these boxes. The last thing we want to do is break the box in any way, isn't it? So there we are. Just so we, in the name of completeness, we've had a look at it all. Now it's got some missiles, which are they're in a little packet. There we are. So these would be your missiles, and you put them in the back like that. I mean, I had my one of these was the 1970s Batmobile. It also had the firing missiles, and I don't remember ever having the missiles at all. I would always use matches, and I would put matches in and do that on mine. And here's the instructions, and I can only think that these are exactly the same as the regular gloss version, but at the same time, it'd be nice to have a look. So we got our little Batman badge, which is very cool, and then the regular instruction sheet. There we are. Yes, you put that little thing on your lapel there, on your school blazer by the look of it. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Yeah, I guess this was the most requested one. It's certainly gone down very well with the collecting community. I don't think anyone's, I haven't heard a disparaging word about it, really. I don't, what can you say? Why would you not like such a fantastic reproduction? The only sort of downside you could say is that people who own the original, you could say, well, I'm now not going to be that fussed about buying an original Batmobile because I've now got a really nice reproduction. But that goes for the entire Corgi Model Club range. I think they're a good little extension with all the extra paperwork and bits and bobs that come with them. So I understand people saying, well, potentially it's hurt the value of the originals. Well, maybe, but maybe it's just enhanced the value of the originals and they're worth even more now, because people are realizing what an absolutely fantastic model this actually is, and they want to get their hands on one from back in the day. I think it's just superb, absolutely superb, and although I've now got two, which is a little bit strange, they're so distinctly different in this particular case, a bit like the gold and silver Aston Martins, and we've got the silver one coming out later this year. I honestly don't mind at all. I think it's just a great model. Anyway, I think now we'll clear the decks and we'll have a look at that Corgi Model Club catalogue. Here we are then. So yeah, using the fantastic Batman artwork on the front jacket there. And this was included in my parcel with the Batmobile. So whether this was with all the Batmobiles or if it's just come out, I'm not sure. But we'll have a look through here and we'll see what they're promoting. So yeah, so it says 25 to 45% discount if you're a club member. And it's worth mentioning that the matte black Batmobile, the one that we've literally just looked at, that one is only available to get this version of it. You can only get it through the Corgi Model Club. So if you're not a member, you can't get this one. And subsequently, this one is fetching really big money on the secondary market. And when I say really big, at one point it was a couple of £100. They're more like £75 to £85 now, but it's still a lot of money for something like that. But at the same point, you can only get one if you've been a member of the Model Club and you've bought all their models up to that point. And this is like number 43 or something like that. So it is a reward in a way for being a member of the club. So if you've not joined already, well, maybe you can have a little think about it. But certainly the three TV movie related ones there, including the Saints Volvo. And yeah, you don't realize just quite how many they've done. They are virtually at 50 now, 50 models, which is amazing. What a range. That's a nice little catalogue, this one. I'm almost up to date now. I think I'm about 2 or 3 behind. So I might do a catch-up order just to get me bang up to speed with all the latest releases then. Yeah, a few favourites here. Love the Citroen. Yeah, the ski one that was out recently. That was another good one. And I always recommend the Corgi Model Club Facebook group. It's really lively. They're very direct with their fans. They answer questions and things like that, which is good. Very interactive, and that's the place where they seem to announce all the new releases as and when they are finalised. And there we are. So quite a nice little catalogue, that one as well. So there you go. That is the Corgi Matte Edition Batmobile. Certainly a fantastic addition yet again to the Corgi Model Club range. If you've enjoyed this Corgi Model Club video, do please give it the thumbs up. Do please hit the subscribe button if you've not already for regular Corgi Model Club videos, as well as vintage Corgi diecasts as well covered on the channel, and many toy fair videos where I go around and look at the stalls at various toy fairs around the UK. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.